Hello. Hello,
Wow,
hello.
hello.
Welcome, everyone. This is the NgoVo Convo podcast. I'm Harrison, and I'm joined by Veronica. She's over there. I'm not moving the screen. She doesn't have to worry. She's waiting, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry, because we just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anything that entertains us. Dude, I almost messed up
Yes.
that one. But it's
I
fine.
know.
We're not going to talk about it because really, we're trying to clean up a never ending backlog. But really, that's not the case because we're just kind of keeping up with the season right now. I'm not letting Veronica give any input whatsoever. But you know what, Veronica? Some would say that we're conversing.
Wow, like NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo, logos above Harrison's head. He's always pointing at it.
Yeah. See.
Genius.
And you know what I also say? That you can watch every episode on youtube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching up NgoVo Convo in your podcast service of choice.
Wow. Claps. Mini claps.
Thank you. And you know what else, Veronica? This video is also sponsored by Olipop. But I'll get to that later. So don't worry
Amazing.
about it. Thank you. See, I can host once in a while when she forces me to do it. No, we're split on this one. It's fine. It's never forcing.
It's fine.
It's fine. But everyone, just so you know, if you haven't, you clicked on this video at this point, you kind of know what we're talking about. It's Sakamoto Days. It is. We talked about this. We're talking about it because it is a part 1 of season 1, but there's a break in between. It's not like it's a week. It's a season break. It's a right.
It's a summer break. Yeah.
It's skipping this. It's essentially skipping this coming season drop, and it's going to be the one after, most likely, right? I think they said June.
July.
See,
July. Yeah.
summer. So
No, summertime. It's gonna hit the same time as Dan to Dan Part 2.
yeah, okay, yeah. So it's not this coming season because this current season is about to wrap up. So we've talked about it. We're just gonna do it. As much as I get really sad, it's not really annoyed. It's just sad. Like I want people to just. We're slowly getting back to the 24 episode format,
we are.
and
Yes.
I don't know if it's just because is it just animation issues, and it could be. There's all these things, and I get it. It's fine. It's just if we're just gonna call it a season 1 and then say season 1 part 2, it's just thanks Attack on Titan. I think you started it. I don't know at this point. I'm just
Harrison's eyes are twitching every time he's like, "We are on season 1, part 1."
She purposely gave me this one, and I know it too. Now that we're talking about it, I know she. Veronica kind of dictates the schedule, so here we are. If I had more, if I was more aggressive on what I wanted to do, I wouldn't be in this situation. But it's fine. We're talking about.
But see, I
Days.
think about you, and so I thought about you here.
We're talking about Sakamoto Days today. First 11 episodes, so they're all on Crunchyroll, or not Crunchyroll.
Netflix.
Sorry, Netflix. I'm so used to saying Crunchyroll. Yeah, it's Netflix. 11 episodes. Did not expect that. I was, again. Expecting 12, but it ended on a good spot, so it made sense.
Yeah.
So, Veronica, before we talk super deep, non-spoiler thoughts. Because this is brand new, right?
Surprisingly, have not read the manga. Heard the manga is really good, but I just wanted to watch this with, fresh eyes.
Yep.
And it was really funny. I was scared I wasn't going to like this.
And I'm also going to speak as someone that did not read the manga as well. I'm saying this because I go on Reddit and I think I need someone to just talk about it below because I see a lot of I guess hate and
kind of manga panel
everyone's actually ragging on the animation, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, and this is gonna be, I'm just gonna do non-spoiler thoughts because it's not really spoilery if I get into it, but we're just going to delve too much time into it right now.
Yeah.
I think overall, I also had fun watching it. It was funny. I think for what it is, I think I had fun watching it. Good enough action, but that's because I guess I didn't have any expectation. I think the animation, I guess I was confused if some people were upset about the style or the animation. And I think by the end it was more animation, because some things could have been done better. But for me personally, I thought it was fine.
So I made a TikTok about the poster of part 2 and
Oh,
it was like, it looked really good.
It looked
And
really
someone
good.
left a comment and said, I wish the animation was just like this poster.
No, actually, that's true. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll leave it at
Yeah.
that. We'll talk about it
Yeah.
deeper.
Well, yeah.
In the, not in the spoiler section.
In spoilers, yeah.
But
No, but I had fun watching this. It was a good part, a mixture of like fun, family, like action.
you know what the vibe it gave me? Like the vibe, at least, like comedy wise with like action, was like Spy Family.
Yes.
Just
I would
vibes,
totally
just
agree with
vibes. I wouldn't say like
Yeah.
I'm talking like wouldn't don't. It's not too deep.
I wouldn't compare Hitman to Hitman, really.
Yeah. But it's like the
Yeah.
idea of it is like the platform is like, oh, Family Man, blah blah blah. But legitimately,
Yeah.
Family Man, like crazy number one assassin, like
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I think I would still just recommend this to someone to be like, if you like that kind of stuff, give this a shot, see if you like it.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned, for me, the animation wasn't too bad. I think it got the point across. I think the art style is fine. I guess that's just my take on that one. I also, when it comes to
It's
Netflix
hard
stuff,
when we don't read it.
yes, that too.
You know, it's hard to compare.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people want to compare. I mean, we both compare to it, like animations to, mangas sometimes, which is fine.
We'll do it, like I do it harder if I've read it, right? And I think that's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
So I'm not trying to say it was. I'm sure it could have been better, right? And I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Like
'Cause
you
there
said,
were moments-
Netflix anime.
I don't know why. I just have that stigma, and I'm just gonna be out. Like I'm just gonna say it. Comment down below. You may remind me that there are other animes that do way better. And I think actually, I saw a post on Reddit that someone was like, "Well, look at the studio, and they did this one, and it looks really good."
Mm-hmm.
Same season, I think. I think it was the current season too.
Oh,
Which
okay.
I think that's
Interesting.
where I think maybe the crutch is the animation style, like the art style. But
Yeah, the art style.
I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? But overall, I think it sounds like we both had fun with it. I think it was fine. I think it's just because we both went in like with no prior knowledge. Other than
Yeah.
like even one of my friends actually recommended it. He's like, "Oh, dude, this is hype. I like the manga, so this could be really good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And who knows? Maybe
agree.
maybe this first section is just because it's all like kind of like introductory, kind of somewhat, and it
And
feels
they'll fix
episodic
it
too.
in the next one.
Who knows? Yeah, we'll see.
Who knows?
Who knows? Because I don't. At least for
I
now.
don't either.
I don't know. Any other non-spoiler things you want to touch on?
we can get right into it.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, Veronica, is we're going to take a quick break then to talk about our sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by Olipop, the soda your gut will thank you for. Yes, I'm talking to you, all of you. All right, have you ever missed that classic soda pop feeling? You know, the fizz, the flavor, but without the sugar crash and the guilt trip? Yeah, me too, you too, Harrison too. All of us. That's why I'm introducing to you Olipop, the soda that's bursting with flavor and good for you too. I actually have my favorite one here, strawberry vanilla. But the other weird one that I enjoyed was banana cream. I know, it's weird, super weird, but this is my favorite. Number one, because it only has 3 grams of sugar per can, plus it has 9 grams of prebiotic fiber. And you know what you need with fiber? To use the restroom. Hee. But yeah, that means that you're going to have a happy and healthy gut with every sip. And it looks like that they took everything we loved about classic soda and upgraded to a modern, healthy conscience person. Like you, like me, like Harrison. My co-partner. My co-host. That's not here right now. So ditch the compromise and experience the soda revolution for yourself. Don't forget to use our promo code NgoVo15 NgoVo15 to get 15% off your first order on drinkolipop.com.
And we're back.
Wow. What
Thirsty?
Genius.
'Cause I kind of am.
Thirsty.
Oh man. Oh, since this is like a brand new anime review, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm trying to think. Plot. I like the premise of this. Again,
Okay.
like we mentioned, it's
Yeah.
like assassin turned family man, all that stuff. I think
Yeah.
it's really funny.
With powers, there's like weird powers mixed into there
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I guess. And they do touch on like the not supernatural, but like yeah, it's just like
It's kind of like experimental lab stuff, like
yeah,
with powers.
yeah, it's
Not
approaching,
really
right?
supernatural. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the setting. I think it's funny that it's like he's an owner of a convenience store.
And he's so chill.
Yes.
Like he's fat because he's in love. But then he does get skinny.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I always just thought it was going to be flashback because they do initially just show flashbacks of what he looked
Yes.
like, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it would become like a plot point. Not exactly a plot point, but like an almost kind of power. But in that it's just
But
like
it makes sense.
but it makes sense because he locks in and he burns all that
It makes sense.
until he eats it all back in like the next 5 minutes.
But he looks good skinny too.
I love it. The moment he like they show like a flashback or all that, I know for sure you and my wife are like,
I was like, ah!
and he's like, he's so hot. And then the thing is, I'm like, he's hot.
You got it just right. I think it was like episode 4 or 5 when he actually reverted back to being skinny. And I was just like, oh my god!
And at first I thought it was just like I thought right, but he was fighting Boiled, like the
Boiled. Yeah, at the amusement park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought I thought Boiled was just seeing things at that point.
Oh, like
Just like
a
oh, what he
flashback.
wants to see.
Yeah.
And then we find out next episode, it's like, oh, he's actually like back to normal, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that that's like a thing. But even then, I love that even though he's in his quote unquote fat form, I say fat form because let's be real here.
It's fat form.
Yes. He's just as fast. He's just as it's stronger because, you know.
You know what he reminds me of?
Hmm.
Fat Gum from My Hero Academia. Because Fat Gum's also hot.
Shit. You know what? That's fair. You know what? That's right. That's right.
It's correlation.
Yeah. But you know what? I think it's a very good. I had fun watching this because the plot is just like there's a hit on them, so you get introduced to all these other assassins, and like the organization, all that stuff. Did you feel like it was too much, or did you feel like it was enough that they built on that?
You know what I liked? I liked how it was just like a found family with Sakamoto. Like he was like collecting like these people, like Shin and Lu.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, and everything. I do enjoy these side characters, especially like the hitmen that were like in the background or like tried to do it but couldn't. I thought it was just really fun to see, especially like now like Sakamoto, he doesn't like killing people, so he just like he literally fights with like anything in his hands or like around him, which is hilarious.
I love that his wife just has that much power because everyone's like, why
know,
don't you
right?
kill? And it's like, no killing.
No killing. That's a family rule. No killing.
It's adorable. It's just funny that he like and it's the first like 10 minutes they explain like, oh, he was the #1 assassin.
Yeah.
Then he met the love of his life and he's like, ah. I love his face.
I like how he was just like bleeding nose. He was infatuated.
And his daughter's adorable.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah. It's great. Speaking of assassins though, you have a favorite?
Ooh. I do like Shin.
You like Shin? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I like that
from
he's
the
not.
order,
Oh.
I like the blonde guy. I think he's like a bit crazy. Yeah. Just a bit crazy. Yeah. But Shin is like probably one of my favorites.
I like how Shin's not actually useless. Like they showed that he
Yes.
actually is a good assassin. Like
Yes.
not obvious because it's just when you're comparing to Sakamoto, right? But
Yeah.
I like that he's actually competent. Not even competent. He's actually good. Like he's an actual.
He can fight.
Yeah, he can fight. He can
Yeah.
take on stuff. Like the music part was like a very good way to like highlight him, right? So.
Yeah. I just like how he can read thoughts, and then every time he reads Sakamoto's, it's just like a bubble of like Sakamoto killing him with an object like thinking about it. I think that was like.
I think that's a very fun gag. It's a really good gag that they keep up with.
How did you feel about Lou?
Initially, I thought she was kind of like just a legit side character, but I think over time I grew to like her as a character. I think she's just funny. Like she's like legit the comedic part of it.
I do like how they incorporated like Chinese.
Oh, the Chinese, yeah, the
like the actual like Chinese like speaking. It was
yes.
so funny. I was just like, oh, okay, we're going to be speaking Chinese too here.
Yeah, it's great. I think the other funny one, I thought it was funny, like how he's the Hisuke, the one with the bird.
Oh yeah.
He's not officially like with the convenience, but he's like a part of that group now, right?
Yeah.
I just like how he's just poor and he's just like trying to get by, but he's an actually good sniper too.
That surprised me a lot.
It's so funny because he's like, oh, I'm such a good sniper, but then in the organization they're like, you can't just be a one trick.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, oh shoot, they're right.
I love his bird. Oh my
Peace
god. It's like P.
Peace-K? I think
Peace-K?
so.
Or
Yeah,
P?
something like that.
Yeah. So cute.
Yeah. If we're is because you mentioned your favorite like order, I think I like the idea of Nagumo, the one that like can transform into other people.
Other people,
Usually.
yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I think he's funny.
Or
he's
I like the emo girl too. The emo girl with the blade. She's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scary and weird.
I do feel like this is just an introduction to like the world. This whole or like these first half. I mean, it's giving us enough backstory on people too.
Yeah, I think it's doing like a lot of backstory, like background stuff, and then like hoping season 2 ramps up because what happened at the end, like the last couple episodes, was interesting.
Yeah, I think the plot point's pretty simple. It's just like they're just trying to figure out. Initially, it's just like who's putting the hit out, and then now they're like, oh, who's what's his face?
Who's actually behind this?
Yeah, they kept
which is like Slur.
Slur, yeah, Slur.
Yeah.
Or they're like trying to find out about Slur now at this point too.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think this season was just fun to watch because it did feel like episodic, which also kind of reminded me of Spy Family 2. And that's why it's like the vibes is like. I think that's like a good introduction, and then they're just hopefully, like you said, ramping up to the main plot point and all that. Because I do want to see more of the order. I know they like showed like
I think they're cool.
They are. I think so too. But I know they just can't show it off the bat, so it's just like.
Because what do you mean Sakamoto was like number 1? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. And I like how I love how everyone just points out like he was fat, or he's fat now, so he's probably not as good. But he's still good.
But he's still good.
Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, I think overall, like, animation and music, I think it's fine. I'm going to dial in. I think it's fine. But yes, I do agree it could be better because you're right. Once they dropped that season 2 poster, I was like, why is there more detail here than than this whole first season? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah. I think like the biggest complaint is like it's a little flat.
It is. But I
kind of like Kaiju number 8.
But I think I enjoyed this one more than Kaiju's art style because if you compare Kaiju to the manga, you're right.
Yeah,
it feels more flat. But here it's like, I think it's like flat, but it doesn't feel like it was cheaped out. It's like they have like hard lines. It felt like it was.
Yeah.
I think it felt more art style-y, but again, that's art is subjective. Let's be real.
Subjective, yeah.
So objectively, yes, I feel like I didn't feel like there was a moment where I'm like, oh, here's the budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
I think that's where the gripe can be, but I think also with what they're showing in the plot, you don't really have to go all out, I guess.
No, and like it's not like these fights were like
they weren't
needed to be super detailed.
Yeah.
Like they did dial in on a couple, like especially in the lab fights, I think they definitely dialed in there. Yeah. But I will say, I think hopefully part 2 will give us more.
Because the counter argument would be, if there's not enough fights, why can't you just put more effort into it, you know?
Yeah.
So I get it. I'm not trying to defend the anime as that they could have that it's fine, fully fine. It could be better. There's room for improvement for this one because I think there's so much hype behind Sakamoto Days.
Yes.
That the way people describe, at least one of our friends, the way he described it was the action in the manga. It felt like it's so much action just being drawn in
Like
that
drawn.
that I think when you're translated here, you expect it to
The same thing.
be 1-to-1.
Yeah.
And if anything, to be amplified because it's animated, right? So I don't know.
I'm gonna have to check out the manga now.
I think I may check it out because we
at.
have enough of a break that I may read it and just
and
maybe
probably stop where season part 2. Like,
unless you
starts or
think it's good
something.
and you keep going.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
I may do it too. Because I'm
Yeah.
like curious now because I think it's enough people to have gripes about it that I'm like, oh, maybe I just need to read it and maybe then I'll be like, oh, actually, yeah, they're right. Like, this is too flat. Because you guys talking about kaiju is about the same, I would say. I don't want to delve into too much of that because that's spoilery in a sense.
We already did a review on that. It's fine.
We have an episode on that. Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah.
Have I read it yet? No.
No.
But overall, I think as just watching it as a show, I think it was just I like the theme of it. I do want more of this. I can't wait to watch more of this. I think maybe it is my gripe of I hope there's room for improvement. But otherwise I think it's a fun watch. I had fun. I didn't think it was I thought the pacing was fine. Like I got what I got out of it. Like action and comedy action. So
No, it was just a fun watch.
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely something you can just binge because it's 11 episodes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I say really top anime this season? Maybe not, but
I think somewhere in the middle.
I think maybe it could be considered a little overhyped, but not enough that I was
I
like,
wasn't disappointed.
No,
I wasn't
yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Can't wait for season 2.
I'm excited for more.
Yeah.
Because I think this and a combination of Dan to Dan and everything else coming out in the summer should be a good.
I know there's
season.
doomers that are talking about they're like, oh, part 2 is gonna be overshadowed by all this stuff. I think I'm just happy to have a lot of good stuff, options to watch.
Yes, exactly.
Because I am interested in I guess they're serial killers, right?
Yeah, at the end.
At the end,
yeah.
this is when I'm
killers.
I'm interested to see, like I said, more order. Obviously, more
and the
Sakamoto and
slur
stuff. But
people.
yeah,
don't know
give
what they
me
call
more
them.
back. I think we're hitting that. That is probably the plot point now. I want to see that ramp up more because we've just been building up the main cast, but that's it. It wasn't it just felt.
And to be honest, they were drawn out very well at the end.
They were, and it's wait,
So-
is this the budget? Was this where the
Yeah.
budget was? You're right, yeah. So I do want to see more of that, and I hope we get to see. If everyone's saying that they want more animation improvement, I'm not gonna hold that back. I go dummy brain for that too, so don't worry.
Same. I'm excited for more though.
I am excited for more. I think
Yeah.
I think it is what it is. I'm fine with it, but it could, yes, sure. I think I'll read it. I think I will read it at this point because the more we talk about oh, could it be good? We'll see.
We'll let you know.
I know. Actually, trust Veronica to read it. I probably won't read it right away.
You'll probably forget and just watch something else. I know you on record.
Fine. It's fine. But that's all
fine.
I got then before I get roasted. You got anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Would
I
recommend.
think. Would you say mid? No. I'd say.
I think it's above average.
I think it's above average.
It's above average. Well, if you want to compare it to other animes this season, it would be in the middle. Yes, it would be in the middle.
Yeah. 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 That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. I'd still recommend this for someone if you need something to watch. Yeah.
NgoVo Convo podcast recommendation stamp.
We don't have one of those yet. I can't do that
We
yet.
don't. I can't do that either.
NgoVo
We'll figure
proof.
it out. Stamp.
But on that note, I guess we'll just leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on all our socials at NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, comment down below. Let us know what you think. If you do feel like, if you agree with us, you feel like online, you think this could have been better, sure, let us know. Comment down below. Other than that, hit all the buttons from right to left. I had to throw up Veronica because I forgot something.
I know. I was like, huh?
Yeah, subscribe, hit the buttons from right to left. That's the main thing. And other than that, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.